I could just move the monitor.
You could, but it's too late now. Hey guys, how you going? It is Andrew here, of course. Heron's here with us. It's 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, of course. In the US, it's still Wednesday night. We've made it to the future once again before you guys, but that's okay. Welcome to the live Q&A. We've got some cool questions this week and some great information to share with you as well. Heron, my friend, how are you? I know you've been pulling all the all-nighters. What's going on?
All good, man. All good. Absolutely fine. Everyone, welcome again, and good morning if it's morning for you. Good afternoon, good night, good evening, wherever you are. But otherwise, yeah, we are back to you know, um, obviously our middle name is Donga, and we like to live dangerously.
Danga.
And yeah, to answer your wildest new questions.
And even the not so wild ones. You know what? I'll be honest. I think we probably need to get some new material. That Danga one hasn't done well for the last 3 weeks. So make a note of that. Let's strike that from the record.
Oh well.
G'day everybody. Hello, Linda in Vegas. Mick, I see you there. Tracy, how are you? Gary, Dal, Goldie,
And yeah.
and Heron's watching the playback. Interesting times, guys. There's heaps going on, heaps of exciting things happening. The big one, Golden Friday, this Friday. Tomorrow. It starts tomorrow, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Is tomorrow Friday?
Tomorrow. The 26th. You know what? It's the 25th
Yeah,
today.
it is tomorrow, and you know what? I'm excited. So yeah.
You're excited? I can't tell. Yeah, I'm excited.
Ah,
Anyway, let's get into it. Let's stop mucking around. Right, so I'm going to put this ticker up so everybody can see. Yes. There it is. Golden Friday, guys, just so everybody remembers. Well, let's kick right into it. If you have an installment plan on the Academy of Private Investor but not active for second month, did we still able to buy from the installment plan? Here's what I will tell you. Get in touch with support and let them know that your installment plan has lapsed. If it is inside 60 days, there is a good chance that you'll be able to pick it up again and start. Okay, if it's inside 60 days. If it's outside the 60 days, probably not. You'll probably have to start a new one. So go to support, tell them that you've got a plan that's lapsed, you don't know what happened or whatever happened. As long as it's inside 60 days, they should be able to do something for you. At least that's how it was. So anything to add to that, Heron?
absolutely. Just between 60 days, get it done, because on an IT point of view, they do a data flush every 60 days. So
There you go. You don't want to be flush with the data.
very bad.
Very bad. Very bad. All right, guys. So this next one, I'm pretty sure, is from Francis, and it's got to do with the French presentations. My apologies. I clearly did misunderstand you. It appears that I was not clear about my question regarding presentations in French. I mean, in corporate presentation, we don't have the translator yet to do that. Ruslan doesn't do or doesn't speak French. So we're waiting for numbers there in order to bring that capability in. So at the moment, the best we've got is Marshall. And he does do a great job, but it's not the corporate presentation, you're right. So we don't have anything in that space right now.
Absolutely. And all we could say is, just like every other language, due time, the momentum is there. We absolutely will do something about it. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the next one, it came through, I'm not quite sure what language. I think it may be Vietnamese. I'm not 100% sure. But the question was, what is CRU? Heron, I'm going to leave that to you.
yeah, I think it's Hindi, the other three.
Well, okay.
CRU kya hai?
Okay, it's Hindi. Okay, there you go. Hindi.
Yeah, Hindi, and yeah,
Yeah, I
so
was totally
and
wrong.
and 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 he must be really really confused to put the question three
No, he
times.
put it 4 times. The one that's
Four times, gotcha.
I translated it. But didn't
Got
pick
it,
up what language I translated it from. So
got
there
it,
you go.
got it.
So what is
So
CRU?
there you go. All right. My point of view, guys. CRU stands for Crypto Unit, and Crypto Unit is our flagship product at the moment, where we are going down the pathway of security token offering, which is eventually in different cryptos out there. It's not based by anything or not backed by anything. All right. However, ours is backed by our 20 portfolio and the network that we are building. So based on that, CRU is our flagship program which is setting pathway to the new economic evolution of the world. That's my politician answer.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. Keep in mind, guys, that CRU will disappear from our EIPs come September because there are other exciting things in the mix. Some very exciting things in the mix. So we had a special President's Council meeting this week. We usually do it every second week, but Andre was incredibly excited about what's going on at the moment, particularly around the wind up of the CRU with the EIPs. Once we get it to the external market, it means that there will be a lot of other people that come in and utilize it, driving the price up some more. But also means we move on to the next phase of what we're doing. Moves on to the global merchandising phase, means that we're able to give that to wholesale funds, meaning that hedge funds, if they want to, retirement funds, and we've already been approached by numerous of them to be able to come in and use that instrument themselves. They know the strength of the portfolio, and believe me, it is strong. It's been audited, so that's all gone through to the SEC, etc., for their submissions, for the application. So as far as I know, everything's moving along quite nicely in that space. So really, really exciting things coming, guys. We really are just getting started, which is so cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just watch out, guys. I think we're not going anywhere in the sense of we will do what we were supposed to do, and what we are doing is actually based on the plan that we have already put forward a long time ago.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Just a quick one. Audrey, is my sound a little bit better now? Just give me a yes.
Yeah, much better. I think your gain is much better now.
I just turned it up a little bit. Okay, so Sonia has asked this question: what will happen to those Skyway shares that have applied for conversion but still not converted in the back office? There is a list for that. You do need to talk to Dina Klimaklo. How do you say Dina's name? Klimanova. She's the head of support, and she'll be able to help you with that. We did talk about this specifically, not on this call last week, but her and I spoke about this specifically last week. There is a list, so get in touch with her, and she'll be able to tell you what's going on in that space. If they are not converted, there will be something else that comes your way, which will be good.
Absolutely. Cool. So you want to pick the next question, which is recently during the webinar on blockchain?
Sorry, the one on here? Sorry, I'm just looking at
something. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a long question. I'm just going to read it.
Okay, you read it. Go.
So recently during the webinar on blockchain, we had the latest information that we are going to the STO no later than September 2020. Since yesterday, new information is circulating in our back office, making it clear that we will now go between October-November 2020. Since every day we have investors asking questions, we can't say a single word to them which is exact. What are we going to answer them now? We need credible information to avoid losing our credibility to those who have trusted us and continue to trust us. Long live new. So first of all, Andrew, I'll just start, then you can continue.
Okay.
Thank you for still trusting us and still having the faith on new to live on. Okay. Andrew, back to you.
Oh, cool. That's very short-lived. Firstly, I'm going to say that nothing in that webinar said we were going in September. It said that was our timeline and our guide. So, and I stressed this last week and the week before, guys. If anything gets released like that on the webinar, it's a timeline. And timelines change. They don't always go according to plan. The only timeline that goes according to plan is your birthday. Right? You know when it is each and every year, and it doesn't change. It's there, and it's an anniversary, and that's it. But when you're building something, when you're getting something out, when you're in the development phase, you've got a timeline of what you're working to. That was ideal that we do it in September. Now, maybe they shouldn't have said that, but they did. And by now, we know that that is how our company operates. So we should take that with a grain of salt and say, okay, that's the timeline we're working for. It'd be great if we reach it, but perhaps we don't. But you know what? October's only a month later. And if we go back to our original plan that was released back in February of 2019. When did we start 2019? 19. Go back to February of 2019. The global merchandising was due to start according to that plan around October. So we're actually on time, which is cool. September would have been great. I mean, we would have been ahead of schedule, and we are still slightly ahead of schedule with everything that's going on, believe it or not. So we're still within the time frame. And so I'd come back to the original thing saying nothing was ever said in concrete that it was going to be September. So
Yeah. So it was a roadmap anyway. It was a projected
yeah,
timeline. That's
exactly.
how we put it. And solely on a point of view that me and Andrew are some working in the background, this is actually due to the registration issues that might arise later. So they're actually taking some respected, valuable time that we need to use. But I know, you know what? End of the day, our company aims to deliver much faster than anticipated. So with that, sorry if you feel like you're losing credibility, but then sometimes the word we use really carries weight. So, instead of saying it's gonna go on September, you should say it's projected to go in September. It's projected in a much different way.
Yep. Oh, like John Koo said something in here as well. I'll see if I can find it to bring it up on the screen. He's said exactly this. I tell my team to manage expectations. I say the earliest we can go in September, but subject to the bureaucrats. And that's a very good answer.
Spot on, John.
Great answer.
Kudos to you, my friend.
Gary said nothing's ever set in stone in business. Yep.
Perfect.
Business plans change. They're a liquid document.
Thank you, Gary Ryan. You're amazing.
Sorry, I was just thinking back to a webinar last week, whether I say anything that I shouldn't. So Grant said something in here that it's quite cool. So he said that he watched my little rant yesterday that I had. For anyone that caught it, thanks. For anyone that didn't, you can go and watch it if you like. It's not actually anything to do with our business, but this does tie into it. If the Rothschilds destroy the financial economy, then how does any crypto, or more importantly, our business, get steps in to stay in place? So, do you want to answer this, Heron?
You go, and I'll tell my point of view after.
Okay, so Andre's obviously thought about this a lot. Okay, he is fully aware of what's going on within the world, and he's fully aware of the dark side of things that are going on as well. Now, he's done what he's done with that in mind. Now, cryptocurrency it's a free currency that's created by people, not by governments. So it's built on trust, peer-to-peer trust, and that's generally where the value is. So sorry, somebody's just arrived for me. Sarah was meant to be here for them, and she's gone, so I'm going to have to go and sort them out. So I'm going to have to disappear for a couple of minutes in a second. So he's got that cryptocurrency was always I've totally lost my train of thought. Cryptocurrency is created by peer-to-peer. It's our agreed value of it. Now, the difference between a normal utility token and what we have is that it's asset-backed. Our assets are in markets that are going to sustain or going to be okay in what we're about to experience. So what we've got to consider, and any time a financial economy has collapsed throughout time, there's always been one stable that's stayed true, and that's gold. Now, 75% of the value of our portfolio is in gold, so we're probably in pretty good stead there. So that's what we've got to consider. The money doesn't disappear. It just moves, and it changes, and we evolve with it. And I believe we're setting ourselves up perfectly to change and evolve with it. But with that, I've just got to pop out for a couple of ticks. Won't be a sec.
Go for it. Just to explain what Andrews just mentioned, guys, I recently saw a report from the U.S. Feds. If you know who the U.S. Feds are, then put Feds on the chat, or if you're listening a recording of this, you know exactly who I mean. The Feds are. But absolutely, the Feds recently reported that we don't have money. The national debt is $26 trillion, and we might increase it. And if you know exactly what I'm talking about, then you know where I'm going with this. And they are continuously printing money. All right, they're printing money and they're putting into circulation. And as I said, Alan Nelson said it perfectly earlier. The fiat currency has collected, and there has always been a return to the gold standard. And we have huge amount of golds in our portfolio. And with that, I don't know how the U.S. Feds are taking the chance to print more money, and they're kind of giving it back to the people as stimulus packages. And think about it. it's pretty much putting the national $1 trillion debt even more up. So, and then we have the unemployment rates, which they say they're going to reduce from 13% to 9%. Again, guys, don't understand it. It's all faked too much. It, saying it's a fake economy would be an understatement. Um, so yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I think Andrew is going to come back. So with that, there is one question. Andrew definitely would be listening to this. So Andre, what is your secret for being one to share all your kindness heart? I think the kind of went with Andre. What is the actual reason you're being too nice to everyone, um, and you're trying to kind of give rather than take. So if you think Andre is giving more than what we is supposed to, then definitely put three on the chat. But we'll save that question for. I think Andrew's back. Yeah, so Andrew's coming.
Am
Cool,
I?
cool, cool, cool.
Am I? Can you hear me?
Are you? Yeah, yeah. All right.
Sorry about that. Sorry, guys.
So Andrew, the question is, Andre, what is your secret for being one to share all your kindness, heart? Why is Andre being too nice, bro? What's your take on it?
Look, I think Andre, like a lot of us, come from a place where he probably didn't grow up with a lot. He certainly grew up in Soviet Russia. Um, so, we know that, well, we believe from Western society that communism is not necessarily that good a paradigm. It seems all nice and pretty, but when you're actually living inside it, it's probably a little bit rough. So I don't think he came from much, and he made what he made, and he learnt that he could rely on himself, but he also realised that if he could impart his wisdom on investing and getting people's money to work for them, then he could potentially help them to get out of the hole that they're in. That's certainly what attracts me to the company. Um, I share a lot of ideologies with Andre and in that space, so that's why I would think. But it's a very subjective question, of course.
Yeah,
Lance, what do you know?
definitely it is. But I always stood by this one statement, and it always, before I go to sleep or before I do anything, this kind of just comes in my head like an electric buzz and keeps going. And what it is it's kind of like a spin-off of what Bill Gates used to say. If you're born poor, it's not your fault. But then if you die poor, then it's your fault. But then there's also one thing that I want to expand on that. Before we live our mortal self from this existence, then leave something behind where you're going to be spoken about for quite a long time. So Andrew always mentioned this in a Master Prophet. I remember, like, there's a time where you live mortally, and then there's another time where your name lives on. So I think it comes down to that name. You
Yep.
want to stick on. So
What you're talking about is you die twice, and the first time your
yes, exactly,
mortal soul leaves the earth, and the second time is the last time somebody speaks your name. So if you do
exactly.
something monumental, like J.D. Rockefeller's been dead for years. Now, some might not speak of him in a good light, some may. Depends on which side of the coin you're standing on. Yet his name is immortalized. So is Socrates. So is Caesar.
The
So is
Führer.
Cleopatra. The Führer, yeah, unfortunately. It's not necessarily a good example, bro.
Yeah, but see, the name's still spoken.
True, indeed. But he only just died a few years back in Argentina.
See, you
Oh,
need to do another video on that.
that's a whole nother video. So this is a good question here. I've just tried to add it. Yep, I have here. Will dividend in the STO exchange be given according to the number of CRU and the criteria of partners rank considered again? It's never, the criteria of ranks never come into it. It's always been on the amount of CRU you have, and that's the same as if you were purchasing shares in a company that paid dividends. You get paid dividends based on the amount of shares that you have. So if it's 5% dividend, let's just use an arbitrary figure. If it's a 5% dividend paid across the company, if you've got 40% of the ownership in the company, then you'll receive 40% of that 5%. Make sense? Can you clear it up any further, Heron?
Yeah, you said it perfectly.
Okay, cool. Alan, He said this about fiat currency. All through history, fiat currency is collected. It's always been returned to
Collapsed.
gold. Hey? What?
Fiat currency has collapsed.
Absolutely. There's been over 600 fiat currencies in the last 2,000 years. Every one of them has failed. Every one. And this fiat currency that we have right now will be no different. No different. In fact, depending on what telegram you listen to, what Bush telegram you listen to, there's already murmurs of us heading back to a gold standard now.
Yeah.
Which is good because it means you can't inflate the monetary supply. There's a finite supply that holds its value, and that's only got to be a good thing for us.
Absolutely. It's a lot of the things which you'd have heard before, you might see it's repeating. History might repeat again. So watch out for that.
That saying that history never repeats is an absolute lie.
Absolutely.
Repeats all the time.
Yes.
You meant to say collapse. Yeah, we got it, Alan. No worries.
Cool. So the next question is regarding our very own digital double. Will bonuses for digital doubles be a flat rate for all participants, irrespective of plan paid for? What's your take?
Well, my take on that is that when you're paying the higher part in the plan, you're actually getting more features of the plan.
Yep.
So I don't imagine that would I don't think, and I am thinking from what I'm just trying to think back to the webinars, I don't see there being a difference in the payout from that. Obviously, if you get the big, well, then maybe, I don't know. If you get the big one, you certainly get a lot more features with it.
Yeah, definitely with the digital double, there's different tiers, right? It's just like when you go into a subscription website, like Netflix, for example. Okay, you might pay $8 to watch it on one screen, or you might pay $16 to watch it on 4 screens and have that sharing capabilities.
Yeah.
So it will be similar to that, but again, watch a digital double webinar, and to get more information, I think we're not very far. It's coming. It's definitely coming. And who else we're not going to tell this to? Definitely you guys are going to get the information first.
Yeah. And guys, we're close to getting a start on that. I know for a fact that there's testing going on with that at the moment. Don't ask me how I know, but it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. So we're close to getting that out for everyone. So watch the space. Good things happening.
Absolutely. And to quote Rita Ashen, she is going all in digital doubles.
I'm going all in. Exactly. The 250 pack. It's a one-off cost, guys. And really the features you're going to get from it, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. We've got to stop coming from a place of scarcity and start thinking of a place of abundance. You might go, oh, it's going to cost me 250. Yeah, you've got to stop thinking like that and go, okay, it's only 250, and what else is it going to bring me because of that? That may sound simple, and when I say it, I go, oh yeah, well, of course, that's typical. But it's not as easy to transition into that when you've been in a place of lack for so long, trying to hold on to everything that you've got. And the law of attraction works like this, is that when you release something, it's like the old saying, if you love something, let it go. If it returns, it's yours. If it doesn't, it was never meant to be, right? That's what it's like, and we've got to let go of the fear of letting things go. And I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago as well, particularly with money and our mindset around money, because the way we have been educated and indoctrinated to think that there is a scarcity of money out there. There's really not. There's all the money in the world is wherever you need it at the time. You've just got to be able to plug into wherever it is. Now, if you continue to hold on to it so tight, nothing else can ever get in. But if you let it go, nothing operates in a vacuum. So when you let it go, it comes back to you tenfold. Really. Sorry.
No, absolutely. The last time you told me that story was about a butterfly.
Butterfly, yeah.
Yeah. But then butterfly effect, that's another thing.
Well, that's a different thing altogether.
It is, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So this next question is, will staking rewards in the UNTB commence in July, or will we continue to be paid in CRU points? Harren?
Good question. I don't have the answer for it right now.
You don't? Oh, I thought you knew.
Do you?
Oh, look, there's two parts to that, I believe. Once the UNTB launches, any staking after that will definitely be paid in UNTB. So you'll stake CRU and you'll get UNTB back. Um, I'm still not clear on what you already have staked, whether that will continue in CRU. If it does, I will be cancelling quite a few of mine and restaking for the UNTB. So whatever it will be good. If it's UNTB, then great. If it's CRU, then great. The plot thickens so exciting. Yes, Rita, 100%.
No, absolutely. So again, guys, with the UNTB, it's been mentioned exactly like what Andrew has been said, but the clear direction to it is still a bit vague. So that's hence I won't comment on it. So until we get more clear. But Andrew, you're absolutely right with that.
Yeah. Look, this next question is potentially from the same person, which is fine. It's cool. No problem with that. And I appreciate the fact that you've put it in separate questions if it is the same question, same person. On the blockchain under USDU, it says estimated monthly payout is 0.23 CRU slash CRU. Does that mean that once we hit the blockchain, our monthly dividends could be 23 cents? Look, they could be. I don't know. No one can really predict that. That would be their forecast. That's what they would like, but that will still depend on numbers from us bringing people to the party. Now, keep in mind, guys, when it does go to that open market and we go to that global merchandising phase, when we get to that wholesale phase, all these other people that haven't been introduced to it before, you think, you've got literally hundreds of funds across the US that could get into this. And this is one of the reasons why SEC approval is important for us, is because we'll be able to give it, or they'll be able to use it as a financial instrument for their funds. Now, what was there, 500 or 600 million people in the US? Imagine that. We've got 1.4 million people in our organization now, and we've still sold 28 billion. Imagine when it gets to those wholesale markets. Man, I'm excited for the next 3 to 6 months. I really am. So much good stuff going on. So hopefully no one can say definitively whether it'll be 23 cents. Potentially it'll be nice, but we don't know. We really don't know, and no one could answer that. And they'd be a fool if they did. I'll be honest.
The last time I was this excited was waiting for the whole Marvel MCU to unreveal itself in over 12 years. So you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, okay, this is like the next Marvel release for me.
You movie geek. Just coming back through some of these other questions in here. Well, I like what you said there, Alan. The further you can see back, the further you look back, the better you can see the future. That's cool. Okay, so we have many passive partners or income partners of consultant rank and above. That is impractical, in my opinion, to give primacy to loyalty, active rank with the company. I'm not really sure I understand your question, to be honest. We do have a lot of people that are not active, and that's okay. That was their right, their option. We are looking at introducing something very soon that won't cost anyone anything, which is great. That will it will reward the people that are active. So there's 2 phases to it, and only you need the second phase, which is activity, to be able to qualify for lots of things. So watch this space. We're definitely working on that at the moment. It's exciting. Definitely, 100%. John, I'm just going to put this up, mate. I'll be honest. I don't know that that's the best way to go. I really don't. I think you're probably doing yourself a disservice if you do that, just in my opinion. Heron, he's saying he's going to make his business system available to his team before they try. I honestly think you're doing people a disservice by doing that.
I would say get your people to get their own and try their own, rather than.
It's a one-off
Again,
cost.
I've never been a fan of spoon feeding, so.
No.
Yeah. Anyways, John, that's
energy. Give it back. Have it back. That's exactly right. 100%. The plot thickens. Okay, Grant in here. I'll just read this first. Okay, cool. So sorry for my ignorance, but regards to the digital doubles business, again, is it our new business specific or is it generic internet bot system that can be used for our existing business to utilize as well? We're a partnership with these guys, okay? We will be able to use this ourselves 100% to go out and market our business. But it also, we went over this a little bit last week as well, which is cool. It also means we have this massive database that we can literally take to any company and say, oh, you've got a product that you want. We've got the demographic that you want to speak to. Great. We'll only charge you this much for it and a clip of your ongoing sales or whatever, right? So you're creating new income streams. Now, that portion of it will all go into the portfolio and be distributed for everyone. That'll be like the liquid assets type thing, right? So that will come out in dividends and bonuses and things like that. So it's kind of both in what you've asked. Anything to add, Heron?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Perfect answer.
Cool. Right. Take the next one off the sheet. Will we be able to purchase everyday things with new wallets? How will it work? We will receive a Visa or MasterCard, or will we collaborate with another company such as UGPay? If so, should we be opening accounts now with these companies or just wait for further instructions? Heron.
As you mentioned earlier, global merchandising is not very far.
Nope.
UGPay or so-called UGain now, it's not very far. Yes, things are happening. All right, that the whole purpose of this been put in place was to enable us to do those kind of things. I think in the chat, Chris Thomas have asked a very similar question as well. How long is it going to take that we're going to buy food and stuff in the shop in all countries? Then you can buy a car, a house in new. Is that 10 years or shorter? What do you think? A similar question, right?
Very similar. Possibly written by the same person.
Possibly, and you know what? Amazing question. Okay,
great question.
And I'll be glad to say that is where we are heading in that portion of in that sector. All right, so it's a work in progress. In order for us to get there, the foundation is being laid right now in terms of the investment department's plan, in terms of the blockchain, in terms of the digital double, in terms of the UGain system. Once you have the foundations right, then absolutely what you're looking for is in reach, definitely within reach. In terms of timeline, I can't put a timeline to it. Andre might come back and give us a roadmap to that as well. Again, it's a roadmap. It's not rigid. It's a projected figure.
Yeah.
And Andrew, you want to add anything to that?
I would just say that everything that you've said there eventually will all be able to be purchased within our ecosystem.
Yeah.
Now, Andre has said vehemently on a video that it will be no later than 2028. He has said that vehemently. Yeah. We will achieve this by 2028. So that is, of course, we started talking about this in 2018, so that's a 10-year plan. So I would think within that time frame, you probably will see something, possibly even sooner. With the state of the current world economy, even though people might think it's okay, it's not. With where we're heading, digital currency is going to become more and more pertinent, and ours will be right at the forefront of it because of how it's been structured and set up. And I'm kind of excited about that. So, everything we'll be able to.
No, absolutely.
Susan said Netflix takes Bitcoin, so we'll be able to set up deals like this with merchants to be able to accept UNTB as well, 100%.
Yeah, that's the plan. Who knows? We might have our own version of Netflix one day.
Ahaflix.
Ahaflix. Oh, perfect.
Ahaflix. Oh, Ama's watching. Hello, Ama.
Hi.
I just put her up there. Just added her. That's just to say hello. Ama's stuck in Malaysia, guys. She hasn't seen her babies in 3 months. In case you're wondering, Ama is Heron's mum. Okay.
Hi, Ama.
Cool. Perfect. Now back to what we've got on here. Will we receive advice on taxation? Ooh, it's a good one. Heron, do you want to share that? Do you want to share what we started working on in December?
uh, wasn't it Igrim who mentioned that legal advices will be given in form of, we will have legal advice available to every single partner in our organization. Is that right? She did say that in
Indeed.
our summary meeting, right?
Yep.
So similarly, all right,
Similarly,
taxation advices, we try to avoid it. And if you look at every single webinar that we do, we say go and look for a reputed or respected or reliable accountant or financial advisor in your region. Okay. However, however, it has been identified in the near future, maybe something like what iGrim has brought in could happen. Okay, but in terms of taxation advice, I'm an accountant. Okay, I can give you some advice, but then you probably don't want any advice from me. Go look for your own accountant.
oh, so guys, Harren and I did actually start a conversation with a very, very good accountant for people who are in home business in Las Vegas at the end of last year.
Yes.
And we talked about the potential of partnering with them for right around the world, particularly for here in Australia, but then also for around the world. Now, part of what Agadem said also about the 24-hour legal service or the legal services that we'd have, she did mention accounting services as well. So this is definitely something we're looking at long term. Right now, I would say find a really good accountant. Not all accountants are created equally. There's a lot of accountants that are just that. They just count beans. They're just accountants.
Yeah.
You want to get one that understands both the public and private system. You want to get one that understands trusts, foundations, all of those things. It has a real picture of what's going on in the world. I know of one such one here on the Gold Coast. She's awesome. If it would be useful to you all, I can try and organize a webinar with her. I know she is a global structural expert. She's sorted us out with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I'll vouch for that. She's my go-to person to reconfirm whatever's in my head. So
100%. She's very, very
absolutely,
switched on.
absolutely a gem of a person. And Andrew, that's a great idea. We should bring her on someday.
We should do exactly that. Yeah, we should. Cool. So that's taxation. When we hit the market, will some of our COUs still be locked, or this only for the closed stage club? Now I'm going to put this back out. I'll let you answer it, Harren, but I'm going to put it back out to the crowd first. What would your answer be to that question? Because I'm testing everyone here a little bit. So the question again, when we hit the market, will some of our COUs still be locked, or was this only for the closed club stage? What's your thoughts on that, please?
My take or people's take? People's take.
You can talk around it until we get some answers.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Back to the accountant stuff. Some accountants are professional bean counters. They like to count beans.
Yes. Rita Ashner has said it.
Her friend is only good for photocopy.
No, she said locked for sure. Locked for sure. Christy McLennan, yes, we're still taking questions, mate. Just put them in the chat. No worries. We've got about 20 minutes left to go. So Goldie has also said locked. That is the correct answer, guys. They are locked for a specific set of time. And that was always the case. So that's been mentioned a few times.
Well done.
No, your locked ones will still be locked, Alan. The ones that will be in the public will be only the ones that are for sale in the public. So your locked tokens will still be locked tokens. There you go. Sue Elliott said it right there. Perfect. And also 550 days for the bonus ones. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. And that is why last week we mentioned the thing as well. Like what I like to probably officially call it the Andrew 12 free method. All right.
The tranches?
The Andrew 12 free method. Yeah. Like breaking it up into 10 different pieces that if you really, really needed some unlocked CRU to be spent, then you can at least cancel one. All right. Rather than you stuck with that. Mm-hmm. So maybe that question goes with that. Maybe your question is attached with what if it suddenly goes into the market? I want to be one of the first people who reap the benefit. Then let's make smart plans, my friends. We don't want to make complicated to anyone else. So,
no, 100%.
That's it.
Cool. So what would happen to after the 10 years of our loyalty payment from September? That's a puzzling question. What will happen to after the 10 years of our loyalty payment? Okay, so first up, we won't have a loyalty payment for 10 years. The loyalty payment will cease as of October 2021. So just over a year, that loyalty payment will cease. And the reason being, and it may cease prior to that, okay? That was only ever there to give people revenue until the profit from the portfolio come up to a point where it was a livable wage, if you like, okay? And that's really the idea behind it. It's not to give you a handout. It was supposed to give you a hand up to encourage you to say this is what it's going to be like. So the loyalty payments will stop in October 21. Now, if you're a VIP, there is the potential that will continue. Your loyalty payment as a VIP may continue after that time because it's from a different pool of funds. So there you go.
Absolutely. Andrew,
Yes.
again, back to the previous question. All right, just for me to clarify, guys. Sorry. They are not only asking about staked amount, am I right? They're also asking about the first initial 330 days that we locked the CRUs.
That's certainly what it looked like. That was how the question looked, because it said locked. So they're the ones that are unlocked, the unthawed, the frozen ones. Yeah. Because
Gotcha.
even if they're staked, they're not actually locked. You can unstake them at any time at this point. Of course, you won't get the full amount of appreciation from it, but you can unstake them. So they're still unfrozen realistically. They're locked up, but not really.
So Christy McLennan has put a...
Andrew said they're still locked. They're slowly released per schedule. Absolutely perfect.
Perfect.
Christy's put.
Perfect. Christy, we'll take your question in a minute. I'm actually reading it and trying to wrap my head around it. But then, Andrew, we can take the next question. How many new members are in Ireland?
All of them?
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea at this point in time. I could probably find that out, though. Potentially. Just trying to think who I'd talk to. I'll find out, because I'm interested to know, too.
Ireland.
Ireland. But the correct answer is all of them.
Yeah.
If they're members, they're... Never mind. It was a weak joke, I understand. Okay, shall I put this up here from Christy then? Have you got your head around it? Whoa, Christy's taken up... Oh, no, she did for a second. She's taken up the whole screen. There it is. Okay, so the question is, struggling to know the difference of workings of each. I know once each opens, we earn staking rewards in unit TB and not CRU. So for a new investor to get dividends, which we aren't and they don't, remember, we purchase education, they get a profit bonus, there's a difference. Do they need to own CRU? Well, if they want to get profit bonus, yes, they will need to own CRU. And I'm right, this could be sophisticated investors only. Sophisticated investors, absolutely, they could do what they like. UNTB can be... Look, they don't even need to be sophisticated investors to get their hands on CRU. If it goes out to wholesale funds, mums and dads will be able to get it. That's the point, is for everyone to get it. Not for sophisticated investors, because sophisticated investors know how to make money already. That's why they're sophisticated investors. And that's what Andre's trying to avoid. So UNTB, of course, anyone will be able to buy that. No worries at all. Which is, well, we hope that CRU will go to $1,000 plus. Absolutely. Yep, perfect. UNTB will be worth a tenth of that, 100%. Does UNTB pay dividend? No, it doesn't. Whoops, didn't mean to make that smaller. Will UNTB pay dividends? No, it doesn't.
Well, it's just a gas token.
Now I've made it too big. My computer's struggling to catch up. Got too much going on. Oh, wow. I'm going to remove that because I've clearly made a faux pas of it. Apologies.
See, I think Rita just said it as well, and I was about to come up and say that CRU is the main token. Okay, any dividends that you might be dividends / profit bonuses or whatever is around those CRU. Okay, solely the UNTB and USDU are created to be more of a utility and a stable point of view for us. Okay, it's something for us to use. Okay, where the CRU will be the base. For example, gold and fiat is probably the easiest way to put this, right? You won't take gold bars and go to shops and try to pay for your bread. You use money. So similarly, the CRU will be as good as gold or something like that. And then your USDB and USDU and UNTB will be the ones that you use on a daily basis. Obviously, different reasons, different respective reasons. One of it is definitely a stable coin. You guys know what a stable coin is. And the other one will be more of a usage utility token. So hope you guys are clear with that. Christy, hope we did answer your questions, but if not, then PM me, my friend. I'll see if we can have a discussion around this. And maybe we can talk more about this in the next week's Q&A.
Now, Soyam has also said that Maria Antineco's webinar did answer that on blockchain. She did answer that question. So you got
there you go.
Information from there as well.
There you go. My friend, Somignam Mawan, if you can put a link to that webinar here, it'll be amazing. We will be forever. I owe you a coffee.
100%. How many members in Australia now? Last check of the database around. Sorry, I'll put that up for you, Sue, so everybody can see it. How many members in Australia now? Last check of the database around 18,000 people. So we've still got a long way to go if we want to get to 5 to 15% of the population. Maths man, Heron, what's 5 to 15% of our population?
So what's the population of Australia? 20 million?
Call it 26 million.
Yep, so we are taking 15%.
Yep. So we've got a long way to go. How many more people we got to talk to? Even at 5%. Come on, man.
What's how many members do we have?
That, 1.3
I was reading
million.
a question.
We're at about 0.001% of what we need to be at so far.
There you go. We're nowhere close to where we are supposed to be. And that's why I repeat what our CEO has said. All right. Everybody's asking when the CRU is going to be $10, $100, or $1,000. But the CEO is sitting there every single day and asking, when are we going to be 10 million members, 100 million members, and 1 billion members? So.
And guys, with the digital doubles, we are going to do that. We really are going to do that. I can tell you, it works quite well. So yeah, no.
Yeah, yep. And there's a question from Sue Elliott here with the Golden Friday. If a member takes an installment and pays 5 of those installments, will they get discount on the 5 payments? I wish, Sue Elliott, but it's only for the first payment.
Yeah. It'd be great if it was, but yeah, no, it's just for the first payment. So pay it, and if you've got people that want to do it this week, guys, remember that the $10,000 plan, they're getting a 30% discount. That's $3,000 they're saving. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Mick's gone 1.4 million, 1.3 million, which would be the 5%, and then 4.5 million, which would be the 15%. Well done, 100%. Cool work.
Good job, Mick
Sidman. We can always count on you. We know that. Hey guys, is there any other burning questions you've got? If not, there's something that I do need to finish with. For our lovely Sandra Romain has put it out, and she'd like to remind everyone of what's going on at the moment. So, actually, I'm just going to read it now anyway.
Perfect.
So this week's new Asia Pacific, this is specifically for our New Zealand Australian partners. New Zealand, the new Asia Pacific email was sent. It was sent early this week. It was sent last night to the new corporate presentation webinar for tonight. So there's literally a corporate presentation tonight for this region. I believe it'll be around 7:30. I think that's the time. So make sure you check that emails, guys. If you're not getting the email and you are registered, and if you joined in the last week, you're probably not on that email, so you can go to neewtraining.com, neewtraining.com, and you can register for that newsletter. Otherwise, you'll be added to it in the next run that we do for the database. But if you're not seeing it, check in your spam. And I know the open rate is it's quite poor. It's only about 15%. So guys, you can't be complaining about not getting the information if you're not opening the emails, because they are sent out each and every week. So make sure that you jump into that and grab the link. There's also a whole heap of other stuff in there as well, and of course, yeah. If you're still wondering about that, then by all means, go to newtraining.com and register.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone here, please say thank you to Sandra Main for putting the effort to put the newsletter out. She does an amazing job with
7
that.
p.m. is the corporate webinar. Absolutely, Sandra does a great job behind the scenes with that newsletter, guys. She puts in a lot of work to that every week. So share that with your partners as well. If they're not getting it, make sure there should be a registration registration link in the email. If there's not, go to newtraining.com.
Perfect. So now we got our new friend here in the chat. First, I'll answer John Koo and Rita's comment. So yeah, and Sue earlier, this is related to your question earlier. It's only the first payment, and John Koo, if they're paying advances on the same day, no, it's only the first payment 001. So hope that's clear. So Afro Zach Neva, my friend, shall we get investment management and asset management certificate this July? Yes, we shall get.
Sounds like Aaron's giving away some information that no one else really knows anything about. So hope you heard that.
Yes, we shall. But because we cannot go to STO without this right now. Actually, not. We can, and we can put roadmaps and say it's on the way. But with that, my friends, this is something that we only share on the closed meeting. So please be on the closed meeting next time. This is something which I can't disclose yet because, as mentioned, I can let go a little. The roadmap which been put place for the investment department is for the next 3 months, and we specifically said it's the growth of the liquid assets. So hopefully that's where our attention is. We are working through other stuff, but to make sure everyone is getting their Profi bonuses, we are working really hard for that. So which one would you rather us do? Get our people happy and then continue on, or yeah.
So Sue's just said the second time she's heard she enrolled a partner. She's yesterday. The second time they'd heard about news, so that means that word's getting out there, guys, which is awesome. Good news. Got it. 9 p.m. New Zealand time. Yes, Joe. 9 p.m. New Zealand time.
So Ming has asked the question again.
Who has? Sorry.
So Ming Nam.
Oh, yep.
Sorry, my friend, if I'm saying your name wrong.
Can a partner?
Usually, yeah. Can a partner purchase more than one EIP tomorrow on the Golden Friday? I think yes, absolutely. Knock yourself out.
Yep.
Go for it.
No limit. In fact, that question was specifically asked last night by one of our presidents in our chat, and the answer back from Andre was as many as you like. So
yeah,
absolutely.
As many as you like.
Go nuts,
Rita. Yeah, I like your sense of humor.
Yeah.
All of them.
Same as Ireland, right? All of them.
Wow, so much similarities. So there won't be a call from Russia this Saturday because of Golden Friday? Is that the question you're going to read?
No, this is John Coos. I've got John Coos one here. The best strategy is to buy the biggest pack and then go and buy another of the installment packs. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, knock yourself out, John Coos. Thank you. Seriously, man, like a lot of people don't understand the value. I think when Armand said that we won't have it, you want it more. It's like me. When people say I can't have it, I want it even more.
Oh, that's why the grass is always greener on the other side.
Exactly.
To which I always say the grass could be greener because it's fertilized with bullshit. But, you never know.
What if it's painted green?
Well, that's not real grass, is it? I'm just trying to find that question. Golden Friday. No, that's not it. I can't see it. It's gone. It was about... I was going to put it up.
Joe Berry Love. How are you, Joe Berry Love?
Oh, there it is. No, there is still a call on Saturday. In fact, there's an important call on Saturday. You'll definitely want to be on it. Maria Antionenko, it's another blockchain webinar. You definitely want to be on that one, guys. It's going to be epic. Now, I know it's going on because we've got a special local council and leadership council call that hasn't happened before. So that's new. That's going to be awesome. So you definitely want to make sure you're on the call afterwards, which is the one with Maria Antionenko. There's going to be great information on there. You definitely don't want to miss it. 100%.
Absolutely. And Joe Berry Love, I got to say this. One of my favorite movies growing up was the Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy on it. And Eddie Murphy's alter ego
Buddy
or
Love.
character is Buddy Love.
Buddy
So
Love.
straight away my mind went there. So Joe Buddy Love. Respect, my friend.
Yes, awesome, guys. Well, that's we've done all the questions. Thank you very much. There's no more coming through at the moment by the looks of it. Hello, Hilary Messina's just joined us. Yeah, Maria's presentations have had heaps of info in them. Absolutely, 100%. Cool. All right, guys. Hope this has been useful to you. We'll be back again next Thursday, 12:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Of course, it is in the evening in the US on Wednesday. We are first to the future down this part of the world, but that's okay. If you do have questions that come to your mind throughout the week, then you can submit them into the form. That's where we get these from. If you're wondering how to get to the form, the banner on the top of this page where it says live Q&A every Thursday, click on the photo. It will take you through. You can see the description, and the link is in there for the form so that you can get the questions submitted. Of course, you can turn up here live and ask them live as well, which is always cool. We love getting the feedback and love having you here. And we are growing. We're getting more and more people each week. So thank you. Appreciate you all.
Perfect. Can I say something before everyone goes? Because this is something an offshoot from what you just put a lot of people in perspective yesterday, and it was pretty cool. Thank you for saying that. But this is specifically more on the stock market, all right? Because I know a lot of our people right here are slowly wrapping their heads around how economics work. And if you're a marathon student, then you know exactly what we're talking about. And it's just kind of knowing what's happening in the world, right? Just want you guys to wrap your head around that billionaire investor Carl Icahn, he recently dumped all his stocks from Hertz. You heard about this?
No, I missed
Andrew? For 72 cents a share, which gave him a whopping $40 million.
Wow.
Okay? But then, sounds like a lot of money, right? Does it, Andrew? $40 million?
Well, for most people,
until you realize that it costed him $1.8 million to purchase the exact same shares.
So it's an even bigger amount of money, realistically.
So he invested a lot of money and he lost a lot of money. Okay? And this is happening. This is a phenomenon which is happening right now in the United States of America. And a lot of companies are starting to say that you might see our stocks go down to zero. Does that mean companies are going to bankrupt? No. Stock prices actually follow the reality. If you go dig deeper, they say the US stock market sometimes can predict which president that it gets. You know, if you see what color the charts are going, you either get Republicans or Democrats. All right. So again, let's not get into politics, but stock prices follow reality that if stock prices that follow bankruptcy, the company must lose everything, including the assets, or price drops to zero. It actually never happens that way. So if you're thinking the stock markets are going to drop and people are going to go crazy, it's not going to happen, because the minimum price to get listed on the New York Stock Exchange is $1 and NASDAQ is $4. Okay? And a lot of companies, you might be delisted, but you're not actually gone. You're given time to grow. So with that, get your investment knowledge out there, because end of the day, I'm not saying our company is going to end up like that, but you got to understand what kind of economics and what kind of system that we are working on right now in this world for you to wrap your heads around. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you're not in the race yet, try to put your gear on and come to the races, and the gear is actually your education.
100%.
So with that, my friends, with that positive note, stay classy, everyone.
Stay classy. Guys, remember, you create anything in your life, so you might as well create something amazing, and the world will recognize you when you recognize yourselves. Have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Take care. Pucka puck up.